Big Ray Hernandez, Jamie the Vet Williams. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review. Presented by Hameen Media Group and ChannelAttitude.com. And we are NXT. Yeet.
Yes, boy.
Yeah.
What's your name, fella?
Triple H.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this or listening to this on ChannelAttitude.com. Only $4.99, ladies and gentlemen, the latest and greatest in pro wrestling, sports, punditry, comedy, skits. Like everything, legit, everything. Anyway, neither here nor there. I'm excited to be here, ladies and gentlemen. I can breathe. Just getting over RSV. I didn't know what that was until this week. Fucking virus. Almost dead. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know what does matter? My co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the 7-time RSV heavyweight champion. RSV. It's like a gimmick. Heavyweight champion of the world. The Vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. Yeet. The Vet. Yeah, the Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. Jamie Williams, what's going on, buddy?
It is I. Hello, everyone.
It is
Hello,
he.
Ray.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are dressed for a funeral. We are wearing our finest blacks. I'm in the barbershop, the Vet on the pirate ship as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Getting ready to say goodbye to NXT. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad. I don't think it was that bad anyway. What about you?
I guess they'll just have to stay tuned for the second half to find out.
Maybe I should put this up. I can't. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Maybe I have to put the volume up over here. Vet's theme song usually doesn't play this long. So let's fade that out and go back to the smooth, jazzy sounds of HMG. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we got a lot going on today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to break some breaking news, which is not a lot of breaking news, but what's going on, Vet? Any video games? Any new games you're going to be playing? Games?
Sometimes.
Oh.
I'm kind of in a drought right now for new stuff. There's a lot of games coming out. They just, announced some stuff on something or some Nintendo whatnot. And I haven't seen a game coming out that I want to. There's a surprise sort of like this last week, a game called Helldivers 2 came out of nowhere.
Helldivers
2, mind you, not 1
That's
but
awesome.
2. And apparently so it came out of nowhere, took the world by storm to the point that they did not anticipate the player base being that large, and people were not able to get into the servers to play this game. So
is it an indie game or
kind of?
wow?
I mean, it's not made by like a major studio, so
Activision. Remember when you saw that little rainbow gimmick on the Nintendo? It's not a good thing.
yeah.
Just saying. I'm excited, man. So my voice is not all the way back. I may sound different to some of you guys. Like I said last week, I thought I had the flu. Couldn't even go out with my wife for Valentine's Day. We actually going out tomorrow. Fucking dying. Thought I had the flu. It wasn't. I had what's called RSV, respiratory something gimmick schnavitz.
Oh, I thought that was the co-host on the Monday Locker Room, but
No, not yet. Not yet. Speaking of that, I got to tell you something, man. I said this to you in private, and I'll put it over. I really, 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 really fucking enjoyed you doing the interview, or not even interview, just sitting down and chatting with Vic the Space Lord. I forgot the other gentleman's name.
Karn Alexander.
Karn. King Karn.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he was in the original NES Pro Wrestling.
Right. He had the jumping chop gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And for those that didn't listen, you can find it on channelattitude.com. I would advise you guys to push the vet to do more of these. Maybe sit down and chat with what was the guy that I'm dying to get on, the Bone?
Oh, yeah, Rich Young.
Yeah, Rich Young. You know, maybe you could do one of those with Rich Young and just sitting down and talking shop. It's cool because it's like being a fly on the wall in a wrestling locker room. It just felt more locker roomy than most locker rooms. Does that make sense? Or
Well, it's interesting to hear how you feel about it because I don't know. You know, like I was just sitting there. The way the whole thing came about, you know, my buddy Cody reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, how's
Rhodes,
it going?"
right?
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. He's like, "What do you want to talk about?" And I was like,
Right.
"Excuse me, I'm I'm getting another message from someone else." So that was
Way
Karn
more important.
Alexander, and I blew Cody off for that, and then yeah, he just he said, "Hey, you know, I'm thinking about dipping my toe back into wrestling, and if you have a spot coming up sometime, you know, on the show, I'd like to come on and talk about it." I said, "Well, sure." And then he's like, "Oh, and can I bring, you know,
Vic the
Vic
Space
on
Lord
with me? Yeah, can I bring him on with me?" I was like,
No.
"Yeah, sure." I was thinking about, you know, bringing him on myself, you know, coming back on here. It's been about a year since he was on. Figured he could hang out, but and then it just so happened that Tony Khan was preempted for NBA All-Star Weekend, so I had a free spot. Just because AEW is not going to do a Collision show doesn't mean we're not going to do a Wreckage show. So, you know, it all just sort of lined up at the perfect timing, and they were able to do it schedule-wise, and so we had a little chit-chat.
It was nice, man. It was cool, man. Well done. A lot of questions. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like you guys were at a Starbucks or a coffee, not fucking Starbucks, at a regular homegrown coffee shop with a couple of fucking schnitzels in front of you. What do you eat? What do you eat there? Like a coffee cake or something?
Yeah.
Coffee cake, right? You like
You're
coffee
in
cake?
the kitchen eating the crumb cake.
You know, so you're in this little shop and you guys you haven't seen each other in quite some time, and you know, it seemed like you were just like, you know, just talking and just asking questions like, "Hey, how's your wife? How's your kids? You know, how's the old swelling of the back and brain?" You know, that type of thing. It was good, man. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I quite enjoyed it. I think you did an excellent job at facilitating the conversation, the interview, and I want to hear more. So, what do we call it? While I bend down, and get this standby.
What do we call it? Well, I had the idea of the HMG Extra, which I floated over to Jimmy at the PWC. So he's like, "Yeah, that's good."
Yeah, Jimmy's dumb though, but yeah.
Well, yeah. So yeah, that was you know, I don't know. It's just sort of a thing where it's like when it comes up, it comes up.
Right.
I don't want to try to schedule things because then it doesn't you know.
How about like a once a month special? You think you could work that out? Do you have enough friends to do
why
that?
should I?
Oh, shit.
You know?
No, I got a name for it.
For things like this, Ray, no, all seriousness, like it's not that I would mind doing something like that, but the thing is, like, then that puts the expectation of like, okay, well, what if somebody can't do it all month? What if schedules don't line up, but people are still expecting, "Hey, Vet, where's that extra thing that you do?" Don't really feel like being under that sort of a thing. But
I got it. Right.
I would like it to also be able to just come out of nowhere as a bonus for all of our like the people that tune in with us every week. I want to keep that episode, free for everyone.
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
So even though you may not know when you're getting it, It's just for you. It's like a way of saying thank you for all the support that you guys give. And, but if I schedule it, not so special, right?
So I kid you not. I think it would be hilarious if you do it moving forward. The title being, hold on.
What do you guys want to talk about?
With the name of the guest. No? Still going
I'll take that under advisement.
With the Big Show extra? What is it?
The Paul White extra?
Yeah. Anyway. I know. I fucking enjoyed it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're going to acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Yes, I changed it up a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. For those fans of the old Coliseum video, Best of the WWF, volumes 1 through 10. This is the old theme song, which is never got hit with a copyright strike. So let's see how this works out. And we will introduce the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So let's jump right in, ladies and gentlemen. We have the biggest ass in all of HMG. Frank's Pickle Barrel ass is here. God damn it, pal. What's up, Frank? Michael Vasquez. He says, awesome. You're the fucking awesome one, my friend. Thank you for joining us. The windiest of all Chris's, Chuckles himself, a.k.a. Chuckles. That is Chris Winland. He is here. Big Dick Nick, allegedly, is here. He says, can't wait to hear your take on Batman Dijak and Joker Gacy. It's very funny that you mentioned that, my
two
friend.
Jokers.
Hey, would you stop? Will you stop? What are they testing on Lab Rat today? Come on, it's easy. Softball.
Jokers.
God damn it. RSV. Jesus Christ.
I tested that on you.
Oh my God.
You need to tell Lab Rat what you found out.
This cough is going to last me. They say it could be up 4 to 8 weeks. Horrible. That's why my throat, I'm speaking like with a hoarse voice. And I'll be like this for a couple of weeks. Maybe this will be my new gimmick. Can't have a smooth, silky voice like Vic the Space Lord. It's like, hi, I'm Vic the Space Lord. I'm going to haunt your dreams. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, with a record of 32 and 143 losses. What the fuck happened? Holy shit. He's been banned by Lucky Strike. Frank's Tobacco Juice. And Astropop all have declined sponsoring Dan Heffron. More news next week. What happened? What happened?
Extra.
Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, we have... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Like a fucking idiot. I forgot to loop this goddamn thing. There we go. I'm supposed to loop it. Let me loop it. Anyway. Oh, yeah. We got the lovely Elizabeth. Yeah. Walk down that aisle. Yeah. The cream of the crop. Yeah. Elizabeth, take off that dress. Not you. It's like Macho Man. Telling Elizabeth to take off. Remember when she took off the dress and everybody lost their mind? And all she had was like a flat butt cheeks and a pair of pathetic stems. Anyway, we have the master and ruler of the world. Zane Vicious is here, ladies and gentlemen. I swear to God, he's here. He's right there. With a record of 343-1. What the fuck is going on here? Now, newly sponsored by Lucky Strike, Frank's Tobacco Juice, and Astropop, Al Robinson. Oh, that's... I don't know. We're going to find out next week.
It's who you know.
Yeah, that's what she said about her vagina. We have, listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a reindeer or any type of deer, Basically, any animal of the forest. You better watch yourself. Watch your girl. Watch him. Watch that bitch. So if it's a dog, you get him, bitch. You know, four legged. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the man deer is here, my dear, and he will take your woman, make them all his, with one. That's a sound of a guitar. I'm not good at making. It's cold. XX bloody. XX. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. We have my favorite Martin, the man who lost 736 pounds. But amazingly, most of the weight still remains in his head. Just putting it out there. Love you, Mike. Vet doesn't like you. Sorry. I made that up. It's true. He actually does like you. Do you like him?
I love every one of the people here. Everyone listening around the world.
Fair enough. All the way from Perth, Australia. He's not from Perth. Where the fuck is Pierce from? Where is he from? Do you know?
Australia is just it's a very small state. It's like Rhode Island, right?
You know what's crazy? I saw a fucking map of Australia placed over the United States. Now, when I was a kid, I thought Australia was like the size of Florida. This thing is fucking bigger than the United States. What the fuck? And they only have like 4 cities.
It's a country and a continent. It's the only one that's both.
It's a country continent. They have it's Melbourne, right? It's Melbourne 2, Melbourne 3, and then Perth. That's it. Only 4 fucking cities. That's all I know.
Right.
Yeah. Pierce Austin, guys and gals, check out Pierce Austin's podcast. Every day almost? Same as podcast.
It feels like it.
Feels like it, right? Just search Pierce Austin wrestling. If you type in Pierce
It's certainly
Austin,
a couple of times a week.
yeah. If you need somebody to ring announce, you know what I would do? Pierce, can they hire you to do not only weddings, but bar mitzvahs, but can you do the honeymoon, like in the bedroom? Coming into the room with a barely erect penis, you know? And I'm stumbling in there after having like a bunch of free drinks at the all-inclusive.
Once you hear Pierce Austin's ring announcing, that penis will get erect.
You think so?
I think so.
Would he be loud enough over my wife crying?
Oh yeah. Pierce has got a great voice. So
okay. Just making sure. We have one of my favorite people in the world. It's just that's all it is. Gam Wolfers. I love you. I love you, buddy. Artist extraordinaire, Gammy Wolfers. Love you, buddy.
And retro game enthusiast.
He is a retro game enthusiast. I have questions for Gam because I'm thinking about collecting. Again, I got rid of one of myself. I want to bring back. I want to start collecting old Sega Master System games, and get this. I want to get my hands on a fucking Neo Geo.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're expensive. I heard
you can buy. It's so funny. You could buy like every if you went on the Xbox store or the PlayStation store and bought every single Neo Geo game on there, it would still cost you less money than one Neo Geo game did back in the 90s.
How much were those games back then? Do you remember?
$200 per cartridge.
Was it really fucking $200?
Because the Neo Geo was essentially selling you the arcade hardware at the home system. So it would be like if you were an arcade owner operator, it'd be like you buying the board for the game in this big ass cartridge. So they cost like $199.
No fucking way.
Yeah, for just this one game. And you always remember the Neo Geo arcade games here in the States, like they had 4 games in each cabinet.
That's right. I do remember that. Interesting.
So, yeah. So that's pretty crazy.
You know what's crazy? We got Scott Woodford here, and I was able to finally fix the whole gimmick.
Oh, well, right in mid-sentence, we find out that Ray is a liar. But I think we already knew.
Damn it. What'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh. The fuck? You have no idea how many plugs and wires I have here. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, enhancement talent extraordinaire, former WWF superstar? Jose Luis Rivera is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Jose.
Maybe WWWF.
WWF. I wonder if Jose Luis Rivera was on any of the Best of Wrestling's WWF's volumes.
Yeah,
Sure he was.
Had this music playing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when he came back in '97 with the Bariquas? Like that was.
Did he? No, he didn't.
Probably did.
Don't remember that. How come?
It was Savio Vega and 3 other guys.
Yeah, like Tito Santana, even though he's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
They made him a Spaniard. Wait a second, bullfighters are Mexican. What? Anyway, neither here nor there. We have the face user. Hey, my boy Anoop. See what Anoop did with all you idiots in Facebook. Anoop, see? Hello from India. Oh, Anoop, you were in fucking India? I thought you were in Queens. I mean, he lives in New York, but
visiting. Damn,
bro. The food over there is fucking good, huh? Mm-hmm. So are the women. Sorry, this is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have we have Todd Brantley. Todd Brantley's here. We have Anoop again, and he says he's from India again.
He wanted to make sure.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Now he's on. Damn sure.
Yeah, it's better to do it on YouTube, my friend. You know, more people here. I'm just throwing it out there. All right, guys. So that's all. Finally, we're done. A lot of shit chat today. A lot of you guys coming into the chat. Thank you so much. So before I do the 3 count, just want to throw this out there really quickly, my friends and family. So Big Vito LaGrasso, you may have known him from the WWE, ECW, TNA Wrestling, fucking WCW. Did I mention WCW? He is having an auction. For those that don't know, and let me just take down Anoop so we all know that Anoop is from fucking India. So love you, Anoop. So Big V's auction now. So for those that don't know, I'll make the long story short. His beautiful wife, Noelle LaGrasso, very shortly after getting married, had basically a crippling stroke, which over the years has basically torn apart her spine. And they've gone, oh my God, they've done multiple surgeries on her. This surgery may be the one that can get a lot fixed. But as you know, professional wrestlers don't have, we don't have a fucking union and shit. And it's a goddamn shame, in my humble opinion. Vito's asking for help, and Vito's not the type to ask for help. But he's not going to do it he's not begging. He's not opening up a fucking GoFundMe. He's auctioning off some of his coolest stuff: wrestling mask, elbow pads, business cards. He had a Mark Carano business card, or a couple of them, I think, that he was auctioning off. Something from John Laurinaitis, a John Laurinaitis jockstrap. Whatever he has, Vito is auctioning it off. So check it out, guys. So now, with that being said, the auction will be live on his Facebook this Friday. So if you're watching this on Wednesday, February 21st, this Friday would be when, Vet? I don't have my calendar here. Okay, this Friday would be the 23rd. So the 23rd of February, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from Kissimmee, Florida. It'll be Big Vito auctioning off some cool stuff. Shoot him a friend request. He will say yes. Or request Noelle LaGrasso, and she'll probably stream it on her thing, or just let her know that you wanted to be a part of the gimmick. So here's the funny thing. So this past week, I don't know if you guys know JB, but JB is one of our good friends, one of our family members here in HMG, and he also used to co-host the Pro Wrestling Reflection. It used to be Tommy, the Professor, and JB. JB is a very busy man. JB wanted to just donate, to the cause. But Big Vito says, "Oh no, I'm not. What? I'll do something for you." So JB asked Big Vito to cut a promo on me, and you can do this. You can have Big Vito cut a promo.
So this is like a cameo, cutting out the middleman. You're just like
right.
Going straight to Vito.
Yep. And
okay,
I gotta tell you, Vito wasn't cheap on this. Like he put a lot of effort into this. So this is exactly 1 minute and 58 seconds. I'm gonna show you what you can get if you want to trash maybe one of your friends, if you have a friend that's the opposite, that's maybe you're a Yankees fan and your friend's a Mets fan, and anyway, it's a ton of fun. Vito does a great job. You know what? I'll just play this video, and this is courtesy of Big Vito LaGrasso and the son of a bitch Javed, aka JB, paid him to do this, and you can too.
Here we are sitting at the Field of Dreams. Dreams are what people live on. But a guy named Big Ray, he's got big fucking dreams. The Yankees have been fucking sucking ass since 2009, 10, 11, right? And every year we hear about how fucking great they are. They fucking suck. Ray, the Yankees suck. They don't spend no money and they have the most money in all of baseball, but they suck. And Ray, every year you fucking go on fucking Facebook and you pronounce the Yankees. 28 fucking rings. They're bathroom rings, Ray. Bathroom fucking rings. What fucking rings have you won lately? You fucking suck because you cheer for a team that hasn't won shit. And then you talk about the Mets. At least the Mets have been to the show in 2015. But the Yankees, they fucking suck, Ray. And every year we hear about all your greatness. And then every year you make the fucking buy-in round and you're out in the first fucking round. You suck. Ray, get with the fucking program. Would you please? The Yankees fucking suck. Here's the ball, here's the bats. They don't hit shit because they fucking suck. Alright? This is a friend of yours who sent this fucking message. JB, this is your video to fucking Ray. The Yankees fucking suck. This is Big Vito LaGrasso signing off. Peace.
What a piece of trash. What a piece of trash JB is to have him do that to me. And Labrat approves this message. You guys can all suck my balls. Vet, there will be a retort. Stay tuned. I will also be putting over Vito's auction. There will be a Mets video, and it's going to be a lot of fun. What's that?
How much do we donate for you to not make a video?
Listen, bro, it's gonna happen no matter what. It's gonna happen. Just anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's time not for the one, not for the two. It's time for the motherfucking 3 count. The Mets fucking suck. This is the 3 count. With the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now, back to Big Ray and the Vet. It's the 3. So, let me see what's happening here. So, interesting. I cannot take this music off, Vet. Is there any way you can help me with that? Okay.
No.
All right, maybe I can. Let's see. Okay, there we go. It's a 3 count, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still a little shaken. You know, I thought V was my friend. He just told me how much I suck. Hurts my feelings. Anyway. Vet, you have any news off the top of your head real quick? You wanted to talk about? Okay. Very cool.
No, not really.
So you were talking to Brandon on the Impact Attack this past week, and you were saying how you didn't feel, you know, that this whole Scott D'Amore thing was we were getting off the full story. And I mean, this is alleged. I think I messaged you when it actually first came out. I said it had to do with money. But things that I heard, and this could be absolutely wrong. You know, I'm not sure. I don't think Scott D'Amore is this type of guy, but promoter's gonna do promoter things. And from what I understand, there's a possibility that Scott D'Amore may have overspent. I mean, overspent. Let's say on a contract for a very reliable, good moose that he may know, without certain approvals. They were saying that certain dinners and like that mayor, that chick mayor that she's going to fucking Las Vegas and spending the town's money and shit. So this is basically what I heard, and this kind of makes more sense to me as per why when he approached the company and is like, hey, I'm gonna buy it and shit. They were like, nah, we're good. We're good. We don't trust you. We don't trust you to work for this company or run this company because you spent a lot of money that you weren't supposed to and you didn't tell us about it. Does that make more sense without me kind of spilling it out?
It almost does, except for, why don't you just dock his paycheck?
You could.
I don't know why. I just think the money angle is people trying to make sense of this in their head. Something tells me it doesn't have to do with money. And that's what I'm curious about. At least if it does have to do with money, it's not the way people are talking about it.
Right. There were a couple of idiots out there. Maybe one main idiot that tried to, ball him in with the Vince McMahon thing. And that's, trust me, when I tell you that he is absolutely incredibly beloved by the people that works with him. I know of two guys that work with him for years. I actually know a guy that came up with him, and he's a friend of mine, and like a friend of mine. And he's like, no fucking way. People fucking love Scott D'Amore because Scott D'Amore, not for nothing. From what I understand, he looks out for the wrestlers. He looks out for he really cares and looks out for the talent, and he will put himself. Let's just say paint himself in the corner if he has to make the talent happy. A lot of people are very loyal to him. Apparently, on social media, tons of people that were putting up hourglass emojis on their Twitters. And people believe that this is that there's going to be some type of mass exodus of talent, except for what's this guy's name? Scott. What's his Alexander? Jason Alexander? Not Jason. Jason. Who's Jason Alexander?
Speedball Mike Alexander.
No, who's Jason Alexander?
That's the guy that played George on Seinfeld.
Seinfeld. Not him. But the wrestler, the guy with the gimmicks, the headgear.
Yes, I get it.
They extended his contract. Moose got the longest contract of all. Let me ask you, if you're a wrestler, right? Let's say you signed a contract believing, I'm asking you, Vet, believing that, like Moose basically said, look, man, wherever Scott is, I'm going to be. Mm-hmm. And I believe he signed that contract under the pretense that Scott D'Amore was going to be there running the show. Now, he signs the contract. They nail him down for however long that is, because I don't even know how long that contract is. And then he finds out that Scott D'Amore gets fired. Can you get out of that contract? Is that like a loophole, you think?
Depends on your lawyer. I got a lot of questions I would have a lot of questions if I cared. I don't.
Right.
But if I did, I would have questions. Like, if you've got this guy who's desperate to buy this company, why the hell would Anthem not sell it? I can't imagine they're doing anything but losing money. Like, Anthem has to have been taking a bath on this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Unless it's just a big business expense write-off tax loophole thing that they can just say, oh, well, we needed this much for this, and that's the whole TNA budget or whatever. So I don't know. I don't think anybody has got the real story, and if they do have the real story, they're not singing.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and I think it's a testament to the fact of how many people actually respect and love Scott D'Amore. I'll end the story with this, but do you think it's a big mistake letting go of Scott D'Amore?
No.
Okay. Why?
But only in the sense that, I mean, if we're talking business, no. If you're talking about morale, then yeah. You know, especially if these wrestlers are threatening to do whatever they're going to do, although I don't know what their contracts are like. You know, it wasn't that long ago we were talking about wrestlers there complaining about not getting paid. So now are we supposed to believe they're all locked down to ironclad contracts and they can't walk out? I don't know. But as somebody that's just been watching this product or whatever, I couldn't tell you what Scott D'Amore brings to the table. Right. Maybe he's responsible for the only things that are good on the show. Maybe he's responsible for only the bad things that are on the show. Maybe somewhere in between. I have no idea what he can take credit for and what he can't. But I don't enjoy it, so I don't really see how it's ever going to change or evolve or grow if he's been there the whole time and this is what it is. That's fair. That's really fair. I mean, it's fair. But is there a possibility that maybe he was financially handcuffed, you know, and he was kind of, this is what I'm saying. Like I think Scott. Okay, right, but I see, I asked that question. If he's saying he can only have so much money, and then they're saying, and then he's saying he has enough money to buy the whole company from them, then why doesn't he kick in on the budget? I don't know if it's the thing that maybe he has all the money, maybe he has people around him, you know, like investors, like ready to help him buy the company. Well, he's out there. I'm just saying because he's out there screaming on television about how much he loves TNA. So I just feel like if money was the only problem, he could find other ways to get that done if Anthem doesn't want to pony up. Yeah. So it's just it's a very, very weird time for TNA. It'd be funny if this is the thing that kills TNA. You know, like going back to TNA. Well, just like the entire like roster just fucking saying, "Oh, we're not going to wrestle." Somebody will. That's true. Somebody will take the paycheck. You know, MLB. We were just talking about Major League Baseball a few minutes ago, and you know, they went on strike once. How'd that work out for them? It would be safe to say that Major League Baseball was never the same after the strike of '94. For those that weren't around, maybe some of you guys weren't even born yet. Maybe we were too young to remember. But baseball was at its highest peak. Like baseball was the shit in 1994. They went on strike during what probably one of the best seasons. I think the Yankees had. It was the first time they were like in first place. There was I forgot who was batting. Somebody was batting fucking 400. You know, it was like a great freaking season. And after that, they literally had to say, "All right, guys, listen. I want you, Mark McGwire, and you, Sammy Sosa, just use a ton of fucking steroids and hit the shit out of the baseball. Matter of fact, we're gonna put little golf balls in the middle of the baseball and make it go further." They had to do that. They had to kayfabe it. They had to. Baseball became a work. Nobody had to have a conversation with Mark McGwire since 1988. Okay. Well, I mean, even when he was a rookie, bro. I mean, the kid he looked natty when he was a rookie. You know, just big, tall, lumbering kid. He hadn't met Jose yet. Estrada? He was a Brequity. Raquel Gonzalez, she shared a heartbreaking video of her battle with what the fuck is this called? Mast cell activation syndrome, MCAS. And I was watching the video earlier today. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but it's like a bad like skin disorder, and the poor girl's really been fucking suffering through this thing. That's why we haven't seen a lot of her. I'll just show you here. This is off of her X gimmick.
¿Cómo sonaría You're Beautiful?
Yeah, we're not gonna fucking play the music, but have you seen anything like this? This looks painful as hell. I've seen things like this, yes. What is like? What do you? I don't even know what the hell that is. Like, it looks like what do they call? There's another word for it. Oh, okay, and there's a goddamn commercial for fucking Blue Chew. Look at that. Like that's pretty bad. So, oh my. Is that the thing that Michael Jackson had, the skin discoloration? I
you don't know what Michael Jackson had.
Dad, you're back. Holy shit. Anyway, you know what? I feel bad for the girl. You may not like her or whatever. Oh, yeah. She's losing the pigment. What is it? Skin pigmentation or whatever that is. Look at that. Shit.
Well, this must have been a while ago.
Yeah, well, she's back.
She was on Raw. I was gonna say.
Was she on Raw?
Yeah, she came out.
Nobody fucking watches Raw, bro.
Everybody watches Raw. It's everyone's favorite wrestling show.
It's so funny. You had put over somebody being the best producer on Twitter, and I said, "Well, Matt Schaffer's not on this show today." And he pops in the chat. Matt Schaffer, what's going on? He says, "The fuck is this, Ray?" LOL. This is the Next Level Wrestling Review, Matt Schaffer. Where we talk about
the video you just.
Oh. Let me see. There's really nothing going on, bro, in wrestling. Well, this always happens, ladies and gentlemen. We do a show. We're looking for news, and nothing. The minute we fucking sign off, Vince McMahon was caught with 3 dead bodies in his fucking basement. Allegedly.
Yawn.
Right? Jesus fuck. But if we can't talk about what happened today, we can definitely talk about what happened yesterday. This day in professional wrestling history, February 21st, 2024. But we're going to go back in time. Anyway. All right, we're going to go way back. I borrowed the keys. I don't know what the hell I did with the keys. I think professionals should get like one of those key fob gimmicks. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are borrowing the Pro Wrestling Reflection Time Machine to go back, way back in time, February 21st, this day in wrestling history. We're going to go all the way back. 1990, that was a good day. 1993. By this time, Big Ray had already seen multiple titties, no longer a virgin. Good times, man. 1993. Wait, that's 31 years ago, is it? Oh my God, 1993 was 30 fucking 1 years ago.
All right, well, this has been this day in wrestling.
Jesus,
as it suddenly got sad for Ray.
Oh my God, I just realized that I've been alive 2 generations. I gotta go back. I don't know what to do.
Before you go, tell us what happened in wrestling.
1993. I'm gonna be coughing a lot over the next couple of weeks, guys, and I'm not hitting this fucking button. This is what it is. I'll turn my head. That's what she said. WCW Super Brawl 3 took place on pay-per-view from Asheville Civic Center in Asheville, North Kakalaki. It's North Carolina. For all you city folk. The sole title change on the show saw Barry Windham defeat the Great Muta to win the NWA Heavyweight Championship. In the main event, Big Van Vader beat Sting in a White Castle of Fear leather strap match. You're smiling? I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't remember any of this. I don't even remember Barry Windham winning the title off of the Great Muta. But it seems like you do.
Because anybody remembers the White Castle of Fear thing. Not necessarily the match itself, but...
What is that?
Well,
I gotta find
it. NXT isn't the only wrestling show that dabbled with cinematic adventures regarding the participants of past, present, and upcoming matches. As a matter of fact, there were a few cinematic adventures in WCW in the early 90s. And a lot of people don't fondly remember the White Castle of Fear, what would you call them? Short films? But they were trying to basically out WWF the WWF. So they thought they needed to have more emphasis on these kind of like, I guess they saw what, remember what Jake Roberts was doing with the Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that? Like,
What
I
is
think they
this?
wanted to do that.
What is happening here? Did they out Photoshop the woman that he's straddling?
It looks like he's the woman in this.
Oh, that's true. And the guy behind is getting ready. See his hand? They're all watching. What? I don't remember any of this. And who the fuck did Muda beat for the title? Was this the NWA title, or was this the remember when they gave Rick Rude the international heavyweight championship? What was the situation there? I forgot that shit. Oh, Ric Flair, when he took the NWA title
Right.
to the WWF, and they made, what the fuck? What a clusterfuck. Jesus Christ. It's so crazy that AEW and WCW are like fucking, like if two cousins married each other and had a kid.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know. My God, is there video on this shit? This fucking White Castle of Fear?
yes, but better not play it.
You sure?
Yeah, I think WWE owns all this now, so
Oh yeah, we'll be fucked. We'll be like Stevie Richards. Can't even fucking put up a picture of Stephanie McMahon's left tit. Yeah, fucking chopped. Anyway, did you hear about the Stephanie McMahon sex tape that's out?
no.
Okay, nobody has. I made that up.
Wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking. But I don't want to be with Triple H. Can you imagine? Bend over. I don't know. It'd be kind of weird. And then I never look at them
like
the
that
same.
Vader picture, probably.
All veiny with the sweat dripping down this multiple
So what
brows.
else happened?
So 1999.
Nothing happened for 6 straight years.
6 straight years. Paul, aka the Shooter's in the house. What's going on, my friend? Pew, 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 pew. Have Stevie Richards do a review of that White Castle match. Did it have anything to do with?
That'll get taken down.
Did it have anything to do with the actual like White Castle? Was it like a? I'm serious.
No.
Was it like sponsored by White Castle? You know how
No,
had?
it should have been.
Oh,
it wasn't.
Because you know how the God rest his soul, the Fiend, the Mountain Dew Darkness match, whatever the fuck it was called. Anyway.
Yeah, no, it does. Of course, that's the first thing you're going to think of when you hear that, but no, it wasn't.
Okay.
You would think with Jim Hurd, running things and his experience in restaurant chains, he could have brokered some sort of a deal, White Castle and.
No, man, dear, the Macho Man and Steph video leak. It's the real cream of the crop. Yeah. Get it? All right, 1999 Super Bowl. Super Bowl 9, I think it is. Yeah, Super Bowl 9 was WCW's second pay-per-view of the year and took place in Oakland Arena in Oakland, California. The main event saw, again, this is 1999, ladies and gentlemen, Hulk Hogan retained the World Heavyweight Championship against Ric Flair. Elsewhere, the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash defeated Conan and Rey Mysterio in a hair versus mask match. Oh, this is the match where Rey Mysterio had to remove his mask for the first time in his career. Do you remember that? You remember that, right? When he started wearing little devil horns.
I remember that, but I didn't remember that it was like a tag match or whatever.
Neither did I. But remember, Vet, we're talking about 30 years ago. You've been alive for over 30 years, Vet. It's almost half a century.
I know. It's crazy to think about.
Wow. So yeah, man, this is when he started doing the Filthy Animal run, where again he would wear the overalls with the stupid little horns.
Mm-hmm.
You're like a toddler,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Never take that mask again off. Right? Have you seen him recently without the mask?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like an old toddler. It's weird. It says Barry Windham and Kurt Hennig of the West
Are you sure
Texas.
this is 1993 still?
1999.
You're talking about Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan, Barry Windham and Kurt Hennig. Like, are you sure this isn't 1993 again?
I swear to God, this is not. It says, what is this here? Barry Windham and Kurt Hennig, the West Texas Rednecks, which I still think Rap is Crap is possibly the greatest, way better than anything AJ Francis could ever write. Ever. I mean, he is fucking horrible. Won the WCW Tag Team Championships against Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko in a tournament final. And apparently, this was one hell of a killer match for Chris Benoit. No? Okay.
No.
Okay. Any thoughts on that? West Texas Rednecks. Should have been more. No? Okay. So we're going to fast forward. Wow. Nothing happened for over 6 years. Because in 2005, yeah, it's true.
Only every 6 years does something happen here.
Good times. On Monday Night Raw, now a lot of you guys will remember this. On Monday Night Raw, Royal Rumble winner Batista made his choice of who to face at WrestleMania in his main event title shot. He chose Evolution stablemate Triple H, concluding one of the greatest face turns in wrestling history. Also on the card, he had Chris Masters, where he made his WWE debut with a victory over, guess who?
You said this was a debut?
2005, Chris Masters made his debut on Monday Night Raw versus...
Well, it'd have to be, Stevie Richards, would it not?
Dancing Stevie Dr. Richards. Dr. Dancing Stevie Richards on Monday Night Raw. You ever work with Chris Masters? You?
No, he was.
No, he was. What year was it? I keep forgetting. What year were you in OVW?
Well, I went there in 2005. I think he was already gone.
Like doing when were you on OVW TV?
06.
And why can't I find a fucking match with you or your tag team partner? I keep typing in Agent Williams.
They haven't been declassified for the public, so.
Army of Two. Typing.
Sorry,
Nothing.
Just not gonna.
Do you have any matches? Because the last match you showed me, right? It was so washed out. I couldn't tell which white boy was you.
That's how they all look.
Jesus fucking Christ. Do you have any pictures? Like promo pictures?
No.
Fucking card from John Laurinaitis? No?
So Chris Masters debuted, huh?
Jesus fucking Christ. Chris Masters debut. So, if you remember this is the whole thumbs up, thumbs down Batista thing, right?
Yeah.
He grabbed the compact.
I think it's funny how it's described as the greatest face turns of all time. I guess.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal. It's also something that like everybody could see coming for miles and miles, but maybe that was part of the fun. Like you just were waiting for it to happen.
People want an 8x10 of you. Anyway, Agent Williams.
I think they
just
could,
do one now.
I think they could just take a still of this and like resize it.
Just screenshot. All right, Vet, can you give him remember how Edge and Christian used to do a 5-second pose?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give him 5 seconds? This is your shot now, guys. The Vet's gonna give you 5 seconds, Vet. Take your screenshots in 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3. Can you give him something? 2, 1. Boom. Now you can take this image, make it a pillowcase, put it on a stuffed animal, hang it on your wall, make a fucking shower curtain out of it. What the fuck you want? Oh, you could have one printed on one of those little soft blankets that the ladies like to wear.
Oh yeah.
You know the big ones, like the throw blankets?
Mm-hmm.
Look, he got it. Frank's Picklebarrel ass. Good job. All right. So let's fast forward to 2010. So it hasn't been 5 years since nothing happened in wrestling. Excuse me, guys, for the coughing. WWE's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view took place in what is it? Scott Raid. Oh, what the fuck? Scott Raid Center in St. Louis, Missouri. On a night of high drama and 2 Elimination Chamber matches, both major WWE titles changed hands. Ooh. In the first chamber match, John Cena successfully defended his. Didn't it just say that?
You just said that it changed hands. But wait, keep reading. Perhaps something. Perhaps there's
Right.
a Money in the Bank or.
Right. Let's see. John Cena successfully defended his WWE Championship against Sheamus, Triple H, Randy Orton, Ted DiBiase Jr. What? And Kofi Kingston? Kofi Mania happened that long ago? Anyway.
Well, it almost happened.
Immediately after the match, Mr. McMahon, who's that? Decreed, must have been like a manager or something, right? Anyway, decreed that John Cena must defend the title against Batista. Why? Says the animal
this was
won
that
the
time when he was having a thing with Batista.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. It says the animal won
So
the
much
match.
for that face turn.
5 years later, the animal won the match in just 31 seconds. In the main event, Chris Jericho won the World Heavyweight Championship in a chamber match against The Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, John Morrison, R-Truth, and CM Punk. The win came after Jericho's hated rival Shawn Michaels helped him win the match in order to anger The Undertaker and goad him into agreeing to face Shawn Michaels. Oh, okay, so this is the setup for WrestleMania. Okay, that makes sense. Do you remember any of this shit?
Not really.
No. Anything stick out to you?
No. Sorry. This was like, when they started doing these like the gimmick pay-per-views as like a scheduled event, it really took a lot of the sort of, I don't know,
speciality.
It made it feel a lot less spontaneous, right? Like when they used to have a Hell in a Cell match, it would be like somebody hated somebody so much they would challenge them to this brutal thing, or an Elimination Chamber
like
would
match.
be like, yeah. And then it was just like, well, it's October, it's Hell in a Cell time. Like we know we're going to have like 2 or even 3 matches in one night. So let's kill the gimmick. So
that's true.
And everything in WWE around that time was just trash. The 2010s and everything like that is like some of the worst shit ever.
I think the Attitude Era absolutely killed the cage match.
I mean, yeah,
like literally, they would have a cage match like all the time. Anyway, only a year later, in 2011, and it says here in one of the most unique segments of Raw history, both The Undertaker and Triple H made their WWE returns and confronted each other, agreeing to a match at the upcoming WrestleMania. What was unique about the segment was that the whole thing played out without either wrestler or announcer uttering one single word. I was like, just like The Rock did the other day. On the same show, WWE Tag Team Championships changed hands twice. Firstly, John Cena and The Miz defeated The Core, Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel, to win the belts. They lost them.
I mean, remember what I just said a few seconds ago? How everything around this time was the worst.
And check it out. They lost them back to the former champions 5 minutes later. How? I don't know.
It doesn't say. They didn't bother to write that.
They didn't bother to write that. Hey, 2014 Ring of Honor presented their 12th anniversary show. No titles changed hands at the event. In the main event, we had Kevin Steen defeating Cliff Compton in a Philadelphia street fight. Cliff Compton. Ben, you're familiar with this gentleman, correct?
Somewhat. I don't think I ever spoke one word to him. So
Cliff and I got along back in the day.
Okay.
And I had this co-host that we used to do a show together. I think I mentioned it many times, guy from Canada. And
Andre Corbeil.
That guy.
Yes, many times.
We interviewed Cliff on one of our shows. And Cliff Compton absolutely fucking hated Andre. So much so.
So wait, he already know him, or he grew to hate him on this one show?
He literally grew to hate him on this one episode. It was a weird fucking show where I felt like a fucking referee, or not even that, like a parent between two children going at each other. One thinking he knows what he's talking about, and the other guy explaining to him how there's no way that he knows what he's talking about. And there was a lot of disrespect, so much so that Cliff totally disassociated himself from me, no fault of my own, for that one interview. This was coming off of, I think, Cliff Compton. Do you remember the what was that match in Africa that he did?
I don't know.
He had some fucking crazy match in Africa against some guy there that was supposed to be like the Hulk Hogan of Africa. That was some idiot that played a saxophone walking his way to the ring. It was like some fucking crazy shit. Bet you have no idea. I think do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No, but it's real in Africa.
Yo,
put it that way.
It is real in Africa. And this guy was no selling Cliff Compton. And Cliff, that was one of the conversations we were talking about, how Cliff was fucking laying into this fucking, bastard, and he would not sell a fucking thing. He had a shoot on him, and then fucking Luke Gallows was also with him there. It was just anybody. Yes, Todd Brantley, the great power Udi.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I've heard of him. I didn't know he was still wrestling when Cliff Compton was active.
Yes, this is it. The great power Udi. Yes. Yo, please do yourselves a favor. Please go to YouTube and search the great power Udi and then come back into the chat. Okay? Anyway, 2016 WWE's Fastlane took place in Quicken Loans Arena, Cleveland, Ohio. Main event, Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose in a triple threat match to secure the WWE Championship match with Triple H at WrestleMania 32. Finally, let me see here. Finally,
was that the thing that secured a match with Brock for Dean Ambrose too?
Probably.
Was that same year?
I think so, sir. Finally, in 2017, I don't have any birthdays here, so I'm sure it's somebody's birthday, but it doesn't mention anything here. Finally, in 2017, on an episode of SmackDown, Alexa Bliss defeated Becky Lynch to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. That was one hell of a trip down memory lane, vet. That was this day in professional wrestling history.
Tell me you did not just say that.
All right.
Was that the worst day in wrestling history we've ever done?
That might have been, man. This was a shitstorm of nothing.
Not only was the history bad, I feel like I didn't have any comments for any of the events. I just kind of sat here and smiled the whole time.
You know what? And it's not your fault, vet. I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
A little bit my fault.
What are you gonna do? But you know what it is time for, ladies and gentlemen? It is time. Fuck my life. It is time. I actually didn't hate this episode of NXT. We had some breaking news I couldn't break now because I wanted to talk about it during the show. It is the breaking news that happened during the main event, and I have an update on the breaking news. Anyway, it's time for NXT. And of course, 8 songs are playing at the same time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT February 20th, 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is headlined by 2 championship matches. Yes, we have Oba Femi versus Brian Pillman Jr. And the main event, we have Shotzi Blackheart versus Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship. So, Bet, take it away.
So you said something about breaking news. I assume that you'll break it when
we get to the main event.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basically an update on the situation with Shotzi.
Yes. Well, Shotzi and Lyra are shown arriving at the building earlier today. Not today, but then, which was yesterday. that day in wrestling history, the day that, the stuff happened. On this day in wrestling history, Shotzi and Lyra arrived to the Performance Center. But who cares about that? Because we are ready for Brian Pillman Jr. versus Obafemi right now in the ring. Am I correct that they just skipped the entrances here and they were already just ready to go?
They were ready to fucking go, brother.
Okay. And then Von Wagner and Robert Stone are watching in the back.
Yep. Who wouldn't be? Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, and then Stone, he goes out there. And then Von Wagner's like, hey, it's not worth it. And then just continues to watch the match. Not too concerned. Stone goes out there. He gets shoved. And that's enough of it. Brian Pillman shoving Robert Stone is enough of a distraction to get him Oba bombed for the 1-2-3. And of course, Power Udi continues to be your NXT North American champion. I mean, no, Obafemi, not Power Udi. Okay.
I'm sure you and I, are both on the same page when we're watching this and we're like, this isn't enough of a distraction to fucking. There was too much time between getting pushed on the floor and then him going in the ring. He did 8 spots and then loses the match. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, if he pushed the guy while sliding into the ring, took that big clothesline, the timing was off. Am I wrong here?
I don't remember. Because I think I was trying to sleep still at this point.
Oh, shit.
But then when the match was over, I watched their replay. So they showed like that ugly ass clothesline, and then they showed the shove and they showed the bomb. So I didn't know if it was like right 1-2. So you're saying he got back in the ring and did a bunch more stuff and then lost.
There was a couple of more things that happened in the ring. Vet, I have to show you this real quick, man. I don't give a shit if we go a little long today, but I have to show you this if you're okay with it. So it's only 20 seconds long. You okay with this? All right, fuck it.
20 seconds.
It's 20 seconds long. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the great Power Udi's entrance. This is legit. He's playing the saxophone. I'm going to take the music off. He has that dollar store fucking championship belt. This is the match I was telling you about. And that's with Luke Gallows and Cliff Compton in this corner. Please, the full match is on YouTube. I beg you.
Did somebody upload that 20 seconds?
Because it's just his entrance, but please.
No, it wasn't. That was like 20 seconds of his entrance. Clearly, he walked before that and he walked after that.
It was incredible. I need you to please watch this match, guys and gals. Put on Great Power Udi versus Festus.
It's relevant for later on in our review as well. Oh, we could get a rematch of this in 2024.
So fucking good. So fucking good. What is it? Get the audio for what, Billy Ray Valentine? Billy Ray Valentine's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, nobody cares. All right, so
okay,
I care because I love Billy Ray.
All right, so Obabomb. Do you have any other thoughts on this whole?
Lexis King continues to lose, but for some reason it doesn't seem to hurt his character. Or is it me? Like it's okay that the kid's losing a bunch.
Yeah, I guess.
He's still like I don't know, he's always a threat to win. What is he? What is Lexis King? Like he doesn't win anything. But yet he's still is he over? Still seems to get a reaction from the crowd. What do you think?
I think that I'm confused.
I'm confused too. And that's okay, right, Vet?
I don't know.
Did you hate the match? Because I thought the actual match itself wasn't bad. I could tell that Obafemi does not like getting chopped. He kept fucking turning his. You don't do this. Am I wrong? You're supposed to spread.
Some guys don't like it. Well, I feel like that's something you could discuss beforehand. And if my opponent looked like Obafemi, I would definitely discuss it beforehand.
It's just interesting, like a guy that big, what is this here? Okay, Colin and Billy Ray are showing me dick pics. I don't want to see that. But anywho, I thought it was a pretty solid match, like a nice way to open the show. I just didn't like the timing of the finish. That's all. Like that's one of the things that bothered me, and that's something they could have worked on.
Okay.
Better timing. Hey, Aaron Ben Shlomo's here. Go ahead.
Okay. So, well, then what do you think about this then? Thea Hale is recapping her Valentine's Day date to JC and Jasmine, I guess.
Who's this woman?
Is.
Okay.
She's that one woman from the calendar that JC held back. Remember when we didn't know what she was doing yet? And she was like, hey, want to go get a drink or whatever?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very attractive.
Right. So anyway, Thea's explaining all this, and Ariana Grace is walking around in the background, like overhearing it.
I love her.
And then she comes over, and then she actually gives a little bit more sound advice to Thea Hale than JC ever did.
Right.
And then somehow she's still the heel in this situation, though. But there's a little tease of like Thea looking at Ariana like,
right.
Thea's in this very impressionable, point right now in her career. She's
still very
getting
young.
Conflicting advice from all different directions and people. And so this is a very accurate representation of the wrestling business.
Ain't that the fucking truth, brother?
But nonetheless, Thea Hale is in here, and everything else that's going to happen throughout the show, just absolutely incredible.
Are they turning?
She's too good for this shit. She should quit wrestling and do something else.
Labrat wants to know.
She doesn't deserve this.
Labrat wants to know: are they turning Gray's face? I don't think so. I don't know if that's the best position for her. Anyway, I think she's a natural heel, right?
Well, in her mind, she is the ultimate face.
Right, but that's what a heel is. A heel is a bad person that they do bad things, but they think they're doing good.
So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I love her. She's great.
Yeah. The Wolf Dogs walk, and then we get another skit of Lyra checking on Paxum. And she's, she requests that whatever she does, she got to stay back here in the locker room, no matter what happens, as a personal favor. And if she does, then Lyra will give her a surprise.
And what kind of surprise is that?
Yeah, the excitement of discovering what is the surprise outweighs her desire to run out there and ruin everything for Lyra. So Paxum promises to stay in the back.
And by the way, I see what you see in Paxum. She is like dark hot. Dark skies, dark hot, yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, there's that. And then the Wolf Dogs go to the ring, and then they start doing the two-man comedy act. Their little vaudeville routine.
I like them. I like them together. It seems like they have fun.
Well, I'm glad they're having fun. So then here's some fun. Chase U comes out. And what we have right now is the drop that we have recorded. Anytime.
What we have right now is a teachable moment. Can somebody say Andre Chase? No. Again, no one said that.
Can't believe I still have that. It's great. I deleted it.
Why would you ever get rid of it, really?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, Chase, you wants a shot at the new champs.
Oh, wow.
But who else wants a shot at the champs is Frasium, because they're like, hey, we came the closest to beating you guys in the tournament, so we should.
I think they actually said, and I quote, "Nuh-uh."
Yeah, probably. Right.
Well, then
then you shouldn't have said it.
Yeah. Still have that.
All right. Well, it's a good thing that we have a famous wrestler's daughter to come out here and solve this problem. And as always, the answer to everything, a wrestling match.
Well, of course. I had tax issues a couple of years ago, and that's how I solved my tax issues. I had to take on IRS.
Yeah,
Mr. Wyndham himself.
Does that mean everybody that ever beat him just didn't have to pay their taxes, or how did that work?
I lost, so it doesn't matter. I wouldn't know. I mean, I know of people that have beaten him, and apparently they have flourished, and their tax, the credit and everything, and the fucking credit score went up. It's amazing. He's just
So Royal Rumble 95, Undertaker was just, he was free and clear until 96.
free and clear, tax free,
Okay.
tax free. Just saying.
All right. Okay, so Kelly is with Roxanne, and Roxanne complains, and then she hears her music, and she looks at her music, and then looks back at Kelly, and then leaves.
Can I say something about this?
Yes.
All right. So clearly they seem like they're trying to go a darker route with Roxanne Perez.
Dark Roxanne.
Maybe an eventual heel turn. We've been seeing her getting more and more frustrated as a character. I'm going to offer her some advice, even though I'm not a professional wrestler, but I've acted since I was young and stuff like that, and nothing professionally. But Roxanne Perez, one of her biggest flaws when she cuts a promo is that her octave goes up 6 octaves. She starts to almost screech, and it becomes kind of annoying and kind of like a petulant child. So now she cut this heel promo almost the same way she did as a babyface promo, but just a little more anger, right? I would advise her, okay, if you're going to change over, if you're frustrated and angry, I told my son to do this too. Watch Jake the Snake Roberts cut promos and just kind of take it down. Not whisper, but bring it down a little bit. Bring down the octave in your voice. Look in the camera, or maybe not even look in the camera. Just look off to the side and just let people hear what you're saying instead of not wanting to hear what you're saying because it hurts your ears. Try that, maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Vet?
Roxanne the Snake Perez.
Come on, man. Trying to help this kid out.
It's not so much the octaves as the fact that she just sounds like she's reciting.
Yeah, it's like if she slows it, that's what I'm saying. Slow it down. You don't have to say a lot. Just bullet points. I'm sorry. I think these kids are still too overscripted, man.
Well, some are.
Yeah, she's one of them, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like anything anybody would say,
Mm.
but they usually do that and continue to do that with people that struggle. They probably trying to get her to do stuff on her own, and they didn't like how it sounded, so they scripted it. So she just has to, figure something out. She got to figure something out. Without knowing her personally, I can't offer any advice because everybody's different and everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses. So,
yeah, Aaron Ben is demanding that we respect her.
yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely respect her. Just don't respect her promo right now.
Yeah,
She's
like
working on it.
like Elizabeth says, it's like she doesn't feel the words.
Yeah. And it is. It's like, could it be some, are we looking at middle-aged white guys writing this for her? So
That's what it is, basically.
Yeah. So like, we need to find her voice somehow. But anyway, speaking of words, we get the cryptic vignette again, but this time it comes with a mirror smash.
Oh shit! So maybe that hype guy is coming back.
Yes. Mojo Rawley is
Mojo
back.
Rawley with the blue fucking crack in his eye.
Rob Gronkowski.
What a fucking fail that was.
Remember when he said it was like his friend, and he kept saying my friend, and like they were acting like they were hanging out, and I'm sure like Rob Gronkowski kind of remembered him, but not to the point that Mojo remembered Rob.
Like they showered, together at the same time, not together at the same time, just like in the locker room, and
yeah, team shower.
He's probably like, "Hey, bro, can you pass me that towel?" That's how he remembers him.
Yeah, Mojo's like, my friend,
my best friend. He just continued to follow him around the shower nude. Anyway, it's weird.
Yeah,
weird time.
All right, so now it's time for Ren Sinclair versus Roxanne. So Ren is clearly going with the Zack Ryder half tights.
What is that?
She's gonna make that a thing now.
And they're baggy.
Yes, very.
At least have them form fitting. Like I don't know. The kid she stinks. I don't like her.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They actually signed her. Like, it wasn't an accident. They actually had to put some sort of effort. They drew up a thing for her to sign, and they're giving her money.
Remember that kid Blue Pants? The young
Yeah.
lady? Who is she now in AEW? She's
Leva
still there.
Bates.
She's
I don't
Leva
know if
Bates.
she's still there, but she was doing the librarians with
Okay.
the other guy.
I don't know. For some reason, when I see Ren Sinclair, I think of Blue Pants. I don't know why. Don't ask me.
Okay, I won't.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
Yeah, my haircut.
she's, she tries to hang with Roxanne, but it doesn't work. So Roxanne hits the Pop Rocks with one important difference. That's not good enough. So she's got to punish her and puts her in the crossface.
Yes, Sporty Spice, Big Nick. That's what we're getting out of Ren Sinclair. So, yeah, I mean, Roxanne, man, this is weird, man. So she's working more of I guess, would you say a more grounded style now? A lot of more clubbing and kicking and screeching. I don't know, man. This is two.
Roxanne.
I don't know. Two women that like Ren Sinclair is just. Hey, you're right there, man.
No, I was just talking about Roxanne Perez.
She's not really smiling as much. I mean, she's smiling, but kind of like, clapping to herself. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it is.
All right.
Not
Well, how about this?
Right.
How about this? Metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And No Quarter Catch Crew. They have a little meeting in the back.
They do.
And we discussed the catch clause. Ray, would you like to explain the catch clause to the listeners at home?
Well, first, I have to put over that Chocolate Thunder looked amazing doing Stevie Richards' Fitness.
Yeah.
I literally slowed it. Like, I hit the old slow motion gimmick, and it just, my God, what a woman. So the catch clause. So basically, apparently this is a thing. I didn't know this was a thing, Vet. You show up to defend your title, and a group of wrestlers show up, and you have no idea who you're going to fight. But you're going to fight one of the 4 or 5 wrestlers that are standing in the ring. Them's are the rules. Does that make sense? Because it doesn't to me.
Oh, well, it's a variation on the time-honored Freebird rule or Demolition rule or New Day rule.
Oh, stop it.
What?
That's just stupid.
It's just that it's a singles match now instead of a
Listen,
tag.
if you got Collins saying this thing sounds stupid, I mean, makes no sense.
I think, well, as Collins, a mixed martial arts fan, I think he would be excited if, these different camps and stuff like American Top Team or whatever, you just have a camp. You don't know who's going to fight. A mystery pay-per-view.
That was
UFC 300 should be all mysteries. No one knows. It's just the whole card is just question marks on both sides.
I think Elizabeth has a question for you, sir. She asked, is no court, I can't even say the fucking name, No Quarter Catch Crew going to demand an underground match to the right for using catch in a team since Title Dune, what the fuck? Are you smoking? Big String Boy are going to be New Catch Republic. Vet, what is happening here? There's a bunch of words strung together. I'm not sure if I'm processing this correctly.
Okay. What she meant to say is that on SmackDown, you have Pete Dunne, and she was saying the big strong boy, Tyler Bate.
Oh, big strong. Okay, got it.
Are going to call themselves New Catch Republic, or at least that was, Bate pitched that to Pete Dunne as Pete Dunne was staring off in the distance. He didn't really seem committed to it. So yes.
Yeah. Okay, so people think that Liz is high, and she says that she's on antihistamines. All right, that's fair. Do we need to call 911, Liz, or you good? We're here for you. Anyway.
Right,
so yeah, so these guys
are for you.
Oh, for me.
We got Briggs versus Brooks next, and this is classic WWE soap opera bullshit in a match, overacting storytelling.
Yeah.
I swear this was all Shawn Michaels. He was just like remembering his match with Ric Flair and thinking the same thing.
So this is one of the matches I was coming home watching this show on my phone, and I said, let me come home, pour a nice ice cold Modelo Light, gold. It's only 90 calories. It's great beer. And I said, I want to focus. Huh? Not sponsored. Not yet. No. And I said, I want to pay attention to this, man. I want to watch this match, really get invested. And it was just two young guys just literally throwing potatoes at each other. Again, instead of telling a story, I think they're under the impression, and I'm seeing this more and more in NXT. They're under the impression that to make a story believable, they literally need to beat the fucking shit out of each other and hurt each other. And they meant well, I guess, but the execution is extremely poor. And then you have Brooks Jensen basically busting Josh Briggs' mouth wide open. He's bleeding all over the fucking place. And then what happens at the end of the match? Josh Briggs kisses his friend on the forehead, says, I love you, I did this for you, to help you, and walks out and leaves his friend fucking dying on the floor. Would it have not been more apropos if Brooks Jensen maybe helped Josh Briggs out of the ring, put his arm around him, and walked him to the back? Just saying. And then we leave it like that? I don't know. I just
fuck him. Leave him in a heap. Piece of shit. It was probably a shoot too, because that clothesline that Oba gave Pillman in the first match, Briggs was like, "Oh, you think that's a stiff, ugly clothesline?"
It was so stiff.
Like you talk about Pillman or like Femi not wanting to get chopped and like trying to turn away. Josh Briggs he came at he first hit him with a clean one. Mm-hmm. And then he went to hit him with another one, and Brooks Jensen rethought his whole career in the middle of him swinging his arm right there, and he tried to like cower out of the way of it, and he got caught on the side of the head and ear, so he could have been just fucked up. Maybe he was supposed to help him out, and he was like, don't touch me, don't touch me.
Leave me here.
Yeah.
He fucking, he didn't want to take that second clothesline after the first one. So that's what I'm saying. Like, these two kids, I'm sure they meant well. I'm sure they thought they were telling a story. And what do you, you're a veteran, and let's say you give a shit about these two kids. You see these two kids walk through the curtain. What's the first fucking thing you tell these kids? Seriously, man. Like, what do you tell them?
I want the name of the agent for this, and and I want to talk to Shawn Michaels. So you guys go shower up.
That's serious.
I mean, what am I supposed to? You said if I cared, and that's a big if right off the top of the bat.
Let's say you cared. You cared about these two kids.
Yeah.
You like these two kids. You see that they went out.
I'm having a hard time getting in this headspace right now.
I know. I'm just.
I know. I've got to channel my. I really got to.
Human.
Okay.
Yep. You're human.
I'm a human being. I'm a human being. I'm a human being.
You're not Agent Williams.
No.
You are the vet. You are Jamie Williams.
Yes.
A good man.
Agent Williams is AWOL. I am here.
You're a good man. You care about these two young men.
I'm Matt Damon at the end of Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
Good man.
That's who you are.
Yes.
So now these two boys walk through clearly beaten and just exhausted from potatoing the fuck out of each other, trying to tell a story. What do you say to these two kids?
Good job, boys. Because,
oh my God.
Well, because Ray, they did everything.
This is the vet right here. This is the vet. Look, this is what he says.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
That's the vet.
All joking aside,
you have to care. Like if Elizabeth.
All joking aside,
beat up. Wouldn't you
all
say
joking aside,
all right,
Ray,
go.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
These guys went out there and did what they thought they were supposed to do.
Right.
Which means they were told this. Someone tried to explain this angle to them. They said, "Look, you're gonna beat the shit out of your friend, and it's gonna be a great story because we're just like in whoever's mind was saying that, whether it's Shawn Michaels, one of these other fucking marks or whatever, whoever it is telling them that thinks that's good like human drama unfolding on the screen there. Whoever thought that, they listened, they did their best to try to recreate it. They went out and had that match. They laid their shit in. It's not like they fucked it up. So what would I say? Like, they did their part. The problem was not them. Their problem was whoever told them that this shit was going to be good and this whole angle. Do you care about, again, we're caring now.
We're caring.
Do you care about Brooks Jensen any more as a character now at the end of this than you did before he went into it?
No.
Then mission not accomplished, but not their fault. They went out there and kicked the shit out of each other. So if there's a spot where you had to go kick the shit out of each other, this was it. Unfortunately, I just didn't like how they did it. I didn't like how they told the story. Not them, the wrestlers. I mean, whoever's responsible for this mess.
Sure.
Is that a better answer?
That's a great answer.
They did, like, I would be proud of them because they worked hard.
Right.
If they're coming back through the curtain, which is what you asked me, I'm like, hey, good job, boys. You worked hard. And then we can sit down and watch the tape later. And if I have any like micro criticisms or whatever, we can do that then. But what I didn't like about it had nothing to do with those guys. So
it's just, this is becoming a thing. I don't know if you noticed this, like even with the ladies, it's becoming a thing in NXT, and they're gonna get hurt, and it's gonna accomplish nothing because you're gonna build a storyline around two people, and one of them is gonna get hurt, and then the storyline's just dead in the water. So they're not thinking long term ahead of, and for two guys like this that are young, they really want to impress, and like you said, they worked hard. Because I give it to them, man. They worked hard. I did watch the match, and I was semi-invested. But you asked me a question. You said, "Do I care more about these characters after it?" And it's like, no. They beat the shit out of each other really for nothing. So I would love to know who agented this match. You believe it may possibly have been Shawn Michaels himself. This does kind of have a Shawn Michaels.
I don't think Shawn Michaels personally produced the match, but I mean, come on with this.
I know.
He said, "I love you" in the match, bro. Who runs NXT? What does that remind you of?
Oh, it's the Ric Flair goodbye match. I'm sorry.
So he probably had some input on it. Look, you got two white dudes wearing jeans and cowboy boots. You think Shawn Michaels ain't gonna have nothing to say about this?
And then something that stuck out to me, and I totally forgot to mention, I feel like Brooks Jensen, not Brooks Jensen, which is the smaller guy?
Brooks Jensen.
Brooks Jensen. Okay, Jensen. He comes out, this music hits. I'm like, holy shit, this is some epic sounding music. So I'm thinking he's coming out with a brand new haircut.
Yeah, whole new Brooks Jensen.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna come out with a brand new haircut, some actual wrestling gear, like a different look. And it's just him coming out to some epic fucking music. So are they leading up to something? Will there be a change? Did they play the music too early? Like is this something that should have been played 3 weeks from now? Do you know what I mean? Or did you get that too?
Well, clearly when Josh Briggs is saying, "I did this for you," he expected something to come out of it.
Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, yeah, don't be surprised if there is a change in his character, but I don't know.
I don't know either. I thought their whole path to success would have been as a tag team, if at all.
I think so. I think it still can be, but I think they're dead set on making.
And then if we get back around to the tag team, then did we do it all for nothing? I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know.
I guess we'll just see. Hey, maybe we should just give them credit. They got a plan.
Hey,
what do we know? We're just podcasting, right? So
I think they're dead set on Josh Briggs being a single star.
dead set.
Anyway.
Well, here's something that's dead. We got the Dijak and Gacy thing. So here's where the WWE never fails to amaze me with the technology that they just selfishly keep to themselves. Because we've seen how they can show inside a person's dreams, right? And then they can actually be inside somebody's mind who can see the future, right? We've seen this. And now with the with this technology, they have now reached a point where they can simulate the feeling of perhaps being disoriented. Like we can see how Joe Gacy feels as there's like blurry, wavy video. So now we know how he feels as he's groggy and recovering and waking up in a padded cell.
Yeah.
Like we now know what that's like thanks to the WWE technology.
I've been there. I've been there. Haven't you? You know these guys are going to end up being a tag team, right? You know this is where they're going with this.
Damn. If only there were another tag team that could face them, but they're broken up. So
this is going to be a tag team. Just remember I said that, ladies and gentlemen. This is Joker and Batman teaming up together. That's what this is. But much like the match that we just discussed where the guys tried hard, I believe both of these guys tried hard. I think Joe Gacy is trying really hard to evolve his character into whatever the fuck this is. Again, Joker, circa who's the guy that passed away? What's the kid's name that passed away that played Joker? That won the award for
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. They're going that route. I mean, he tried. You didn't like when he was like, he made the whole thing, the whole glass
smiley face there, just
that
like his
awesome.
Old gimmick.
Yeah, you didn't think that was awesome? He did it with his nose. No. Okay. I thought it was okay. They tried hard.
Well, I love how
chicken
I love how Luca Crucifino, says what I'm always thinking, which is, what's the legality of this? Oh yeah, not very.
Yeah, where did he come from, and what is it? That there was just a lawyer just hanging around. Where is he locked up? Is this just backstage, or is this in Dijak's lair?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I'm watching it right
I never
now.
was sure if the interrogation room was at the Performance Center or not, but I don't remember there being a whole padded cell in there. So there's music playing under all this too.
Yeah.
Just for the record. So it's very TNA wrestling. Perhaps Scott D'Amore has already got a new job.
I just for those that didn't watch it, I mean, just go to X right now and you can see the whole video.
Yeah, go look at Joe Gacy with no pants on. Yep.
He had no pants on?
Did you see pants?
I didn't notice. This gets very uncomfortable here. Let me just stop sharing.
It started uncomfortable. Anyway, Mello visits the barbershop with music underneath. This too.
I'm here.
How is it in there? Can you hear the music?
Yeah, I have the noise cancellation gimmick that StreamYard.
I got it. Okay, that's good. That's a good. What'd you think? What'd you think of Mello's explanation?
I don't know. It's what do I think of his explanation? It's the same shit he's been saying the last 2 weeks.
He already said, right?
He said it 2 weeks. They just put him in a barbershop and play music over him. It's the same thing. They just basically rehash what he's been saying the last 2 weeks.
How do you think they're going to resolve this, right?
A wrestling match. In a steel cage. on a pay-per-view. PLE.
Premium live event.
Damn it. Sorry.
All right, well, we don't have to wait for a premium live event because we're getting Ariana Grace versus JC Jane right now.
Fuck yeah, we are.
And Thea Hale refuses to cheat, or she just doesn't understand. But Jasmine will.
Yeah. So
she shoves her out of the way and clubs Ariana Grace in the back, and JC hits her the JC punch or whatever her move is.
I liked watching Jasmine run and bend. That was fun.
Okay.
So I think this is it, right? So JC Jane's no longer friends with I don't know.
Well, she certainly got a brand new friend. You know, who's actually willing to listen, apparently.
Yeah.
Even though Thea was listening to her, and then she got bad date advice, and then that's kind of where we're at with that. So,
well, what you gonna do, brother?
We're gonna go to the Olive Garden.
Okay.
Because we haven't been there in a while, and when you're there, you're family. So, we got music underneath this too, just in case anybody had any doubt. And Don Tony says that it's time for him to be the Don of NXT, which I don't know what he was all this time that he's been saying it, but now he really is going to be it. So Vic Joseph had the same question I said. What does that mean? Does it mean he's going to stop wearing the tracksuit and he's going to dress like I told him to dress like years ago?
Well, he should have been doing that. Yeah, he should have been doing that from the beginning. Now, I thought maybe perhaps he was discussing whether, he would go for a world title. Hey, we're thinking, we're doing this just the small business over here. So now I'm going to give you a new tag team partner. This is what I see happening. So we'll have a new member of the family. We'll have a tag team. You guys will go for the tag team titles over here. And me and you, what's her name? Josephina? What the hell's the girl's name?
Yeah, that's it.
You, Rizzo, you're going to go for the women's championship. And me, I'm going to go for the cream of the crop, the top. I'm going to be the North American champion.
You, Stacks, you take on Boba Fett.
Yeah. And we're going to rule this thing over here, Because now, no more tracksuits, no more freaking independent wrestling haircuts. We're going to rule NXT with an iron fist. Forget about it. What do you think there, Vet? You think this is where they're going with it, huh? Over some terrible Parmesan cheese and some frozen meatballs that Chef Ramsay would shove up your ass?
Don't forget the unlimited breadsticks.
What the fuck is going on here?
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to tune in next week to find out what that means.
Oh, man.
All right, Chase U's coming out for their match, and they pass Thea going down the ramp. And she makes a face at Andre Chase.
Yeah, she was sad.
And then Sarah Schreiber sits down with Ridge
Arnold
Holland.
Schwarzenegger's ex-wife?
Yes. And she says, "Hi, Ridge." And then, some other stuff. He said a bunch of stuff. Some about apologizing next week or something.
Bro, can I tell you something? Rich Holland's sitting there. I swear to God, I'm scratching my balls the entire time. I'm not even paying attention. He doesn't hold my attention. I don't care about this storyline. I don't care about his story. I care about Cody Rhodes. That's it. It's the only story I give a shit about. I don't need multiple stories. I get fucking two fucking hicks beating each other up for a story. I get the story of the Angelo family. Now this guy's story. Everybody has a fucking story here, Vet. What's going on? Who cares?
Going around these days. Stories are going around these days.
Like RSV, the shit that I have.
Yeah.
It's going around. It's like a virus. God damn it, bro. This is like, who fucking Yo, I'm not even want to trash in this shit. It's just, who cares? I don't care about Rich Holland. I don't. I'm sorry. And I care even less about Gallus.
Oh, they're not
God.
on the show this week.
Well, that was good.
So like already the grade has gone up.
Jesus Christ.
But all right, so now it's Frazium versus the U. They have a match.
Yeah.
You know, tag team match. Andre Chase gets the win with the Wembley 92.
I was happy.
And then out of nowhere,
oh shit.
He just hopped off the plane from Africa facing Power Udi and got in here to attack the Chase U guys.
Well, I was
Good Brothers.
I was like, well, wait a second. I was surprised. Very rarely am I surprised. But I don't read the dirt sheets or anything. I didn't know this was coming. So Luke Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson, like you said, the Good Brothers are now in NXT. A promotion.
What a sinkhole of money. How much money have these guys stolen from the WWE over the last 10 years?
Good for them, bro.
Yeah, good for them. But my message wasn't really directed at them. It's directed at the office.
Yo, bro, I don't care. They're getting paid, man. I'm happy for them. This is great. And now they get to just hang out in Florida for the next few weeks. They don't have to travel. Bro, that's a win-win for them. Carl Anderson gets to bang his hot Asian wife. You know, Luke Gallows gets to watch. I mean, it's a win-win all around, bro.
Well, it's not a win for the WWE.
Mm-mm.
So, anyway, Dragunov does a promo. His promo has music under it too. So, we're gonna score every single promo on this show.
Okay. Half a wormy apple. Half a star.
That's not the score I meant.
Oh. So, okay.
All right. Business about to pick up, Ray. Lash Legend enters with Meta 2. It's just her and Jakara.
Oh, God.
Or is it Jakara?
What a woman.
Becky Lynch? It might have been Becky Lynch. I couldn't tell. It was dark in there because they turned the lights out for the entrance, you know, and I see a redhead wearing garbage bags, and I was like, Becky Lynch?
That's great.
But we're not there yet. First, we have to get to a little bonding session in the locker room with Thea Hale and Fallon Henley.
I couldn't take my eyes off their thighs. Just the entire promo. I don't know what the fuck was said. I was just looking. Am I wrong for doing that, guys? Like, I'm a dude. You know. I heard words.
Well, you could go back and rewatch it, and you could do the whole thing again. You could also pay attention to Thea. She's she's hilarious,
despondent, like sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
but she's making something out of this.
Who, Thea?
You know what I mean? Like with Thea Hale with their little gimmick or whatever. Like she's actually sounds like what a person would say somehow. So either they trust her to just be herself and improv the whole thing.
Well, she's really good.
Yeah.
She's really good. That kid has not dropped the ball on anything. They've changed her. They've given her different, even where she's like, even little small things while she's walking down the aisle with JC Jane, and she's trying to be sexy, and it's really awkward, and she's looking at JC. Like these little things, like her looking over to make sure she's doing it right. It's fucking great, man. That kid is tremendous. Good for her.
Yeah, she's an eye catch. Anytime she's on the screen,
right?
She's doing something funny. She's like Paul Heyman. If you watch Paul Heyman, like he's always doing something funny.
Yeah, man.
If you're paying attention.
Can we talk about Lash Legend now?
We're almost there, and we are talking about Lash Legend. It is Kalani Jordan versus Lash Legend. And now, Ray, when you were watching this match, did you have the same thought I did, which was like, oh my God, Kalani Jordan's going to win this? You thought that for a second, right? You didn't think that?
How could she win? Was she standing across from this goddess, the 6-foot-tall chocolate delight. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I thought Kalani was gonna win. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, they're gonna Lash Legend's gonna
You're like,
lose this.
no,
I
just
got mad.
like the Michael Scott from The Office. No. Yeah. Yeah,
Elizabeth was putting on socks.
Yeah.
During this match. You missed it, Liz. Just I don't know if Lash Legend's your cup of tea, but good God. How did she keep him in there? That's what I want to ask. You know what I'm saying, right, brother?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Come on. I mean, why am I the only guy that thinks this woman is like fucking incredible?
Are you? Are you the only
Am
guy?
I? What about you? What do you think? What is your opinion on Lash Legend?
I think Lash Legend's a pretty lady.
I think pretty is an understatement. There's pretty and there's incredibly sexy.
I don't know. I don't really look at her exactly like you do, but I see it.
Lustful eyes, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. She's kind of big and tall, you know, like.
Yeah. She is.
Yeah.
She's good. I think she's very good. She's gotten so much better, man. Like, how long has she been in NXT now? It's 2 years now?
Something like that. It's not long.
What do you think? Like, she's got
in this
better?
match, maybe not the best example.
But Kalani Jordan's
This match sucked. Yeah,
Kalani Jordan's green as fuck.
Well, they both are. So you got the blind leading the blind, and it's a matter of who's blinder. Not great, but whatever. Doesn't really matter.
Well, it's also the way the match was booked. It's a clear disqualification.
Yeah, because Becky Lynch jumps up on the apron, takes a punch,
right,
and then now just because Kalani Jordan was able to block the punch doesn't mean that she didn't throw that punch.
It's still a disqualification.
Yeah, so
maybe
the referee is he's just relaxing the rules and letting these two fighters go. That's probably what it was.
What do they say? He's using his discretion.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's very discreet. Well, anyway, Kalani was discreetly slam dunked off the top rope for a 1, 2, 3, and I was like, good.
Okay. I like this. She's my black Linda Carter.
Whatever, Medium 5. Don't try to turn babyface now. You called her Dave Chappelle with a wig, just like you called Naomi Dave Chappelle with a wig. That's your insult for every. Yeah, I'm not letting him get away with this. Oh
man, that's a shame, bro. Anyway.
All right. So anyway, after the slam dunk, Kiana and Izzy run out to pick the bones per se. But then Kalani just sort of escapes.
She got away. I mean, you have 4 corners there and only 2 people, so there was definitely a way out.
Sometimes those ropes really just do look like solid walls, though, so.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Shotzi and Lyra are walking to the ring. And then Kelly catches OC in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And, God, I'll never get this minute of my life back.
Oh, come on, Fed. It wasn't that bad, was it?
It was these guys, that's for sure.
You don't like them? Did you like them when they were in New Japan?
No.
Oh, you didn't like them back then?
Oh my God, you guys dragging down New Japan, just leave already.
Really? You didn't like them back then either? Interesting.
Actually, I think they left right. I think when they came back to WWE from there, I think I started watching New Japan after that.
Were they? Wait. Didn't they go to TNA for a bit?
No, they left with AJ. It was them two, AJ and Nakamura all came at the same time in 2016.
Right. Why do I
wasn't
feel like
watching New Japan yet?
But when did they have their Impact Wrestling run?
I don't know, a couple years ago.
Yeah, because they got let go.
After they got released again.
And then bought back again. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Mm-hmm. But this is an interesting match here. Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just randomly got a Shotzi no real story. She just showed up one day and was like, "Hey, I'll have a match if your guys are offering." And then they're like, "Yes, we are." And then that's what got Roxanne mad because she's like, "You just walk in here and get a match just because you have green hair?"
Did she go
And then
like that for real?
yeah, she did.
So let me just put this up here real quick. This is oh wait, where is it? Oh damn it. Oh, here it is. This is the actual footage. So during the match, there was an injury that happened. This is via X here. I'm trying to play it with no but here okay. Right there. Oh, you know how you always say that anything can hurt you in a wrestling match, even the most simple things.
Yeah, so Shotzi's knee hurt or whatever happened. It happened with her doing exactly what every single wrestler does when they hop down off the apron.
Yeah. So I'm going to say something that can be looked upon as controversial, but I think it's fair to say. Shotzi, and I've been saying this for weeks on end, since the beginning of her run with the WWE, she is
It's been longer than weeks.
She is too thin. She does not have enough muscle. She may be a good wrestler. You may like her character, her silly howling and stuff. She's built like a 12-year-old boy. There is no way she can take the bumps and not get injured off of anything. I think she needs to rethink her, like, get some muscle. Doesn't muscle strengthen your tendons?
No.
Yes, it does, man. What are you talking about? If you if you're fucking lifting for strength, your tendons will get strong. Yes. No. Yes. Am I wrong, Vet? Is she not too thin? Well, you're not watching this match and like, holy shit. When she turned sideways, she just disappeared.
No.
Oh, stop it. Now you tend to love this woman. You've met, oh, don't you dare. I'm gonna call you out on it. You fucking love Shotzi. I used to make fun of her all the time, call her shitsy and stuff, black fart. And you loved her. You think she's hot and all this crazy shit. Come on.
I never said that.
Oh, that is a fucking lie. Chat.
I never said Shotzi Blackheart was hot.
Oh my God, you are lying, dude.
Blackheart.
I love you, bro. You are lying, or you're misremembering.
Check the tapes. All the stuff is available at channelattitude.com. Go find it. Go find where I said that. Go find where I ever said that.
Am I wrong here that you said that? All right, it doesn't matter. The fact is, the question I'm asking is, do you think that maybe physically she needs to work, get muscle, get stronger, put on a couple of pounds or something? Like, is it going to help her? Would it help her at all? Or it doesn't matter? This is just a freak thing that can happen to anybody.
Yeah, it's a freak thing that can happen to anybody. You're sitting here talking about put on muscle because that will make you stronger. How many times? Why is Ridge Holland sitting in a chair right now? Like, how many times did he get hurt?
That's fair.
Does he need more muscle? Like,
I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong.
How many times
I'm
Batista got hurt? Like, it just shit just weirdly just happens. What did you see in the Royal Rumble that tore CM Punk's tricep?
Nothing.
Exactly. It just happens. So it doesn't really, that's not the issue. But usually what ends up happening in terms of all sports or any athletic activity, not even sports. It's if you have a job where you have to move, even if you're just at a desk job, but you got to get up from your chair, right? Eventually your body just wears down doing different things, and some straw has to be the final straw. So whatever that thing is, maybe all those times that she was on those indie shows and she dove out of the ring into a pile of chairs and almost killed herself.
Right.
Maybe all that was just adding little straws to that camel's back.
Speaking of camel.
Oh. And yeah, maybe this was the final one. So
anyway, man, I'm just
but for the record, what I will say about Shotzi is, like, I do have a soft spot for Shotzi, just like I have a soft spot for all people who I know are real wrestling fans.
You didn't have a soft
Like,
spot
even
for
though
for the two country guys.
huh? What?
You didn't have a soft spot for the country guys. Remember, I told you to kind of care.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
Okay, all right. I'm just.
But no, I do. So it's like,
I hear you.
yeah, I know she's a fan. I remember the Tough Enough thing. Remember when she had the medical condition or whatever, and she was crying, and and she came back and did her time or whatever. And so, yeah,
Okay.
I don't agree with the way she went about it, but I know that she had passion for it. So I'm kind of like, I feel supportive of her. Like, I want her to succeed.
Okay. That's fair. That's cool.
She's never been the greatest wrestler, but now that she's up in the big time and she's got a million gimmicks, she realizes now I don't have to dive into a pile of chairs every time, even though I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And all this was just her having a regular match like anybody else would, and she hopped down off the apron and her knee exploded or whatever happened. So that sucks.
So the update is that Shotzi, let's see right here. It says, let me just bring up the news here. Okay, so the young lady is out for at least 9 months with a torn ACL. How does that is a fucked up injury. That is a fucked up injury. Out 9 months, best case scenario maybe 5 months. But my God, that's a really bad injury. How does that change your I don't know. Does that I always ask, I know I've played sports my whole life, and coming back. Hold on, fucking Vito's calling me. Coming back from an injury, it fucks up your head. I remember I had like a not a really bad injury, but I had a severely twisted ankle. I was in a basketball tournament when I was younger, and it took me 2 weeks to come back. It was a basketball league. It took me 2 weeks to come back, and when I came back, dude, I was afraid to land on somebody's foot, and it did alter my game. There's as a professional wrestler vet, and I know you've been hurt here and there. You cannot get hurt. How does it alter your mentality in the ring?
It can't. If it does, you will get hurt worse and sooner. I think you have to do your best to do whatever you were going to do without thinking about it. You can't be constantly having that in the back of your head. So when you go out there, and that tends to happen too. Like, once you're out there, once you go through that curtain, you tend to have that feeling like where everything else kind of goes away and you're focused in the moment. At least you should.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're sitting there worried about doing something because you had an injury, you better not do it. Like let's just say, for example, you're coming back from a serious knee injury and you used to come off the top rope with a lot of stuff. If you're in your head about, I don't know if I should come off the top rope, you better not. Because if you go up there and you try to second guess yourself, something bad could happen. That's how people get re-injured. So if you're able to just not think about it, if you just go through with it the way like you always did, if you're able to do that, you'll be all right. If you're always in your head about it, you're going to get hurt again.
That's good. Yeah, absolutely. So
anyway,
I'm gonna wish her the best. I hope she gets back soon, but not too soon. I hope she takes care of herself, and hopefully, she comes back, and we'll see what happens. The same thing happened to R-Truth. Do you remember when he came to NXT?
Yeah, he came to NXT and did one thing and fucked himself up for a long ass time.
And now he's now.
And
now
there's another guy who doesn't need to do anything because him just showing up makes everybody happy, right? So,
well, now he's more over than. It's crazy to say that R-Truth is more over than ever. He's barely even wrestling. What does Rip Rogers always say? You get over with what?
character.
Yeah. So I think it's Shotzi's character is howling at the moon. So anyway,
yeah. Well, she's out. They carry her to the back. Knowing that this happened ahead of time because we talked about it.
Yeah.
And then watching it, you know, I'm looking at this and I'm like, so she just really messed herself up. And there seems to be a point where she's like trying to, because this happens in picture. Like they go to break as both these women are down. One of them selling, the other one's hurt for real.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to like help her to the bag. But so like her you said ACL, right?
Yeah.
And she's walking on it. And she tries to like get back to the ring. Like she tries to turn around.
It's crazy.
She tries to get back in. Like she wants to finish the match. She can't do it. She falls over again. And then she gets up and they help her up, but she's still walking to the back. So I was like, there was a little something suspicious about that. But you know, I don't know. I probably was just like,
she did a sports thing. She wanted to walk out on her own power, that type of shit. I would have been like, bitch, I would have been like, carry me.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have told the rest, carry me. You know?
Yeah. So that happened. And then everybody's standing around awkwardly, you know, the referee's in there with Lyra, and it's just like, it's him probably just saying, all right, just wait here. They're going to do something here. You know, like, so Ava comes out, you know, and she says, I promise you guys a championship match, and that's what we're going to do. So whoever comes out first, it's an open challenge, and whoever comes out first. So who comes out first? But Lash Legend.
All right. Now we're really talking, baby.
Yep. So it's Lash Legend now. And well, because this was not planned, there's a lot of, what do we do here for the next couple minutes?
A lot of talking in the ring.
But then they also had a spot where they show like the girls watching on a monitor, and I assume it's Stevie Turner's streaming monitor. And then Roxanne is like freshly out of the shower, like, what's going on? They're like, oh yeah, Shotzi got hurt, so Lash Legend's in there. And she's like,
but
what?
It's a good, and then it's a good tie-in though. I liked it.
No, it is. It's good.
Yeah.
And then and then she throws Stevie's monitor on the ground, and
she was pissed off. That was great. That was good. If it was a last minute fucking, all right, you know, it's great because now it ties into fucking her annoyance at the fact that people are just getting title shots and she's being disrespected. That was great. Good call on that one.
Less words about it and just more physical frustration, like throwing all Stevie Turner's streaming equipment all over the place, just like throw her headsets and,
well,
you know,
it's better than throwing Stevie Richards stuff. This is way more expensive.
Oh, definitely. So anyway, so the ladies did their best given the situation. They also, instead of beating Lash, they could have sent Roxanne out so that
a DQ.
No, they both avoid taking the L here.
Right.
But it was what it was. She beat Lash Legend with a sort of an anticlimactic moonsault or whatever she hit her with.
It's like a diving splash.
Oh yeah, it was a splash. It wasn't even a moonsault.
It's a regular old fashioned.
She climbed up and fell on Lash Legend.
I wish it was me.
I bet you did.
Anywho.
And that's the end.
That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That was NXT this week. Okay, so pacing of the show this week. What did you think of the show altogether? You know, everything considering the injuries and the storylines and the vignettes and everything. Same old shit, or do you see anything improving?
Same old shit. If anything, it got more noticeable when they keep having all these vignettes with music. You know,
you don't want vignettes with music.
When you see somebody with like this music playing under the background, like us right now.
Yes.
It just screams fake. Like,
well, this is fake.
This is a movie. This is TV. It's not a person trying to, you know, convey a message.
Right.
Now they do packages and stuff for the UFC where you got like music and stuff and you got guys talking, but I don't know. Wrestling should be different. I'm just tired of seeing the same stuff. And it's not just NXT, it's WWE, it's TNA, it's, you know, everybody, AEW, they all do this. It's just so tired. My main takeaway from this episode was Thea is great. And that's it.
She is great.
Yeah, my a la carte choice is Thea Hale and no one else.
Really? No one else?
Not really. I could miss everybody else on this show.
Okay. Well, speaking of shows, Vet, what do you got coming up?
Well, what I got coming up and what I got behind me, I've got the Impact Attack every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. I've got the AEW Collision review called The Wreckage. Every Sunday.
No, don't you dare say it the right way.
The Wreckage.
Thank you.
From Chicago.
Yeah,
so we got 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on Sundays for that. We'll see. I guess Collision's back this week. They look like they have a little nice lineup, so hopefully they'll have a good show. You can find me on Opinion Haver at all your favorite social media sites and platforms and everything. So just search me up, and that's where I'm at. Let's see what else. Wrestling with Rick Rogers every Friday. Also, pretty much concrete 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. It's a good time for wrestling. It's a good time for wrestling shows, apparently, to do it 11 Eastern. So they just had Danny Cage from the Monster Factory on. Fantastic thing. As Danny Cage is sitting there talking about being a coach and training guys and stuff like that, I'm sitting there listening to him and being like, yes, all of this. I agree with all of this. This would be my philosophy if I was in that position. He's saying all those things that I think. His takes on stuff, you know? I liked it a lot, and I think you will too. So if you didn't, go check that out. And before that, they had One Man Gang, aka Akeem the African Dream.
Oh shit, you serious?
So yeah, he was just hanging out on there, talking to him. Just
oh man, that's great.
Guy. He just loves talking wrestling, and he was like, he's asking questions too. Like he's asking Von Lilas questions, and
super nice guy, by the way. Yeah, I met him in Jersey. Really fucking cool. Like just very approachable.
Yeah. So you're going to want to see that Wrestling with Rick Rogers stuff, man. I'm telling you, you guys are missing out if you're not checking it out. So, and then of course, Stevie Richards, like not only is he a huge influence on Lash Legend here, but clearly he's doing something right because the Wrestling Analysis channel just went over 100,000 subscribers. So me coming on here and telling you guys every week, go subscribe to Stevie Richards, go watch Stevie Richards, all that stuff. If I contributed any one small part to that 100,000, then my work is done. But it's never done because I'm going to keep telling you Wrestling Analysis channel, Stevie Richards, and everything Stevie Richards is doing. Fitness channel, tech channel, Christie's Florida Adventures, so many channels. Big Fitness Show and Big Mike Barron's weekly show on YouTube too. If you like your podcast on YouTube, it's there. So just Stevie Richards, everything.
I got to tell you, man. Again, I'm going to put over the fact that you guys haven't listened to the extra. What would you call it?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning of the show. But the HMG Extra,
that was awesome.
In place of the Wreckage last Sunday, we had OVW buddies, Karn Alexander and Victor from the Ascension, Vic the Space Lord, one half of the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions to this day. Still, They still got it. So listen to us talk about stuff for a while.
Cool. I've been invited. I'm working something out with, I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but Stoner Jesus has a show with Shelly Martinez. And they invited me on the podcast just to bullshit with them. So I'm working something out. They usually do it around 3:00 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. So like I would record with you and then I'd go live with them. And then I do the A show. So yeah, check it out, guys. I'll put up any social media links on all social media at Big Ray Hernandez regarding that. Still trying to work out the wrestling soup thing. And tonight, we are going to do the A show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last week, we went an hour early because I was fucking dying and I was supposed to go out to dinner with Jen, but that didn't happen. So we're going to do that tomorrow. But neither here nor there. This week, the headline is Trump has to pay what? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we made it through another Valentine's Day, and spring is only a couple of weeks away. It may still be cold out here, but man, is the news cycle hot. We talk about everything. We talk about Donald Trump having to pay up over $350 million from New York City, the truck delivery boycott that's supposed to be happening, as well as this transgender who is playing basketball against these little girls and literally was hurting several children on the court, and parents very upset about it. But hey, crime is up here in New York City, but never fear, we have a New York City NYPD dance team that has been funded by the city, which is super cringe, sweet dance moves, and more, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about how to combat burnout, how we stay safe and healthy, censorship, an adult diaper spa. I don't know what that's about, but I'm looking forward to hearing what that's about and more tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We may go a little longer since it was a shorter show last week, but usually we go 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all things A Show, except for YouTube. So in other words, go to twitch.tv/The A Show. Also on Rumble, it's rumble.com/The A Show. But on YouTube, it's April Hunter on YouTube. So you're going to go to YouTube/April Hunter. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be live tonight, and we appreciate you. We thank you. We love you. And I guess we'll see you next week, depending on, if the fucking Planet X hits the Earth or whatever, or Chinese robots take over, and anything is possible, guys. But we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for joining us here on your Next Level Wrestling Review. Vet, have a good day, sir. He salutes for all those on audio with his middle finger. Oh, yeah. We're out, guys.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you, I'm out.
This is the Hustler Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.